This is my persuasive speech on the Humane Society of the United States by Olivia Jaskula. In 2018 alone, the United States had 5,201 cases of animal cruelty reported according to the Animal Welfare Institute's yearly scorecard of animal cruelty released in 2020. The rates of abuse have risen since then, despite only 20 states tracking their numbers of cases. We are all capable of doing something, even if it's small, to help the animals that inhabit our earth. These are animals that not only bring us joy in our daily lives, but the animals that help the environment. So as humans, we should be showing our appreciation for them instead of sitting back while they get abused. I've volunteered in animal shelters for half of my life, and I have a lot of experience in fostering and adopting dogs from shelters. Animal safety and protection is very important to me and my family, so this is a topic I am very educated in even prior to my research. No animal ever deserves to be mistreated, abandoned, or traded. Therefore, I am asking you to help save the animals that keep our world lively by donating to the Humane Society of the United States. Let's start by figuring out what exactly this nonprofit organization is and how it came to be the huge organization that it is today. The Humane Society of the United States is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1954 to end the suffering of all animals. This nonprofit organization is based in Washington, D.C., but works across the entire United States. In November of 1954, Larry Andrews, Marcia Glaser, and Helen Jones and Fred Myers created this organization in hopes of opposing and seeking to prevent all use or exploitation of animals that causes pain, suffering, or fear. Today, the organization operates 5 animal sanctuaries in the U.S. and is working to spread their organization internationally. The Humane Society does a variety of things to help animals all around the U.S. They don't just focus on house pets, but wildlife as well. This makes them one of the biggest organizations that fight to end animal cruelty. On their website, the organization states, "We work to stop large-scale cruelties such as animal fighting, puppy mills, factory farming, and the wildlife trade. Along with our supporters and volunteers, we work to pass anti-cruelty laws and the extreme confinement of farm animals in cages, stop cosmetic testing on animals, halt cruelty to wildlife, and bring veterinary services to pets in undeserved communities." The organization also does a lot of work in educating the public about the severity of animal cruelty in the U.S. The organization works to spread information regarding the prevention of inhumane treatment of animals in hopes that it will have an impact on the number of animal cruelty cases every year. Every organization has goals, but how is the Humane Society working towards those goals? What does this organization need in order to thrive and reach these goals? Well, the Humane Society needs a variety of resources in order to end the mistreatment of animals. All over the world, animals are used and abused, and the Humane Society wants to put a stop to this. The organization is able to do this through donations from the public. According to Lisa Zottarelli, in her essay, Broken Bond, after Hurricane Katrina, the Humane Society raised $34 million for direct relief and recovery of the Gulf Coast, and their rescue efforts saved approximately 10,000 animals. Following that, the organization led the campaign that resulted in the PETS Act being passed, which required all animals in all disaster planning scenarios. This is due to the fact that the organization gets a lot of help from the public. People donate money and supplies as well as volunteer their time to help this nonprofit. An easy way to help this organization is by donating online. The Humane Society's website tells you all about what your donation is used for. The website states, "Your donation ensures we can keep fighting the big fights," and lists some examples of where the money goes, including ending the use of animals in cosmetic testing and pushing for stronger laws against animal cruelty. The organization even tells us ways we could help animals without reaching into our pockets. These examples include making sure pets wear tags, contacting local law enforcement if we see abuse, and considering adopting animals from shelters rather than shopping. Now that we know the Humane Society is working to save animals in ways in which we could help them, let's talk about why we should. All animals have the potential to provide us with a lot of joy and comfort, and they deserve to live happy and healthy lives. Many of us grew up with pets or currently have one now, and I'm sure we could all verify that they bring a lot of happiness into our daily lives. Studies have even proven that having pets improves mental health. Quinn Walks stated in his 2020 essay, in a 2005 study by the Mental Health Foundation and the charity Cat Protection, no less than 76% of cat owners respondents said they felt better able to cope with stress and strains of life thanks to the presence of their lives of their furry friends. And a truly remarkable 87% said that they felt a greater sense of well-being. This goes to show that animals are important, but they make it easier to cope with stress and make us happier overall. This is just one reason why we should support the organization that works to keep all animals happy and healthy. The animals do the same for us. Also, animals make up important parts of nature and belong in the wild, as the Humane Society fights to ensure, but many wild animals are kept in captivity, and it lowers their lifespans and clearly makes them sad. National Geographic released an article in 2009 about the mistreatment of animals. The author Natasha Daly states, most tourists who enjoy these encounters don't know that the adult tigers may be declawed, drugged, or both, or that there are always cubs for tourists to snuggle because the cats are sped bred and the cubs are taken from their mothers just days after birth. Or that the elephants give rides and perform tricks without harming people only because they've been broken as babies and taught to fear the bullhook. Or that the Amazonian sloths taken illegally from the jungle often die within weeks of being put in captivity. It's very easy not to think about the animals that we don't encounter every day, but they deserve happy lives just as much as we do. The Humane Society works to end this mistreatment even in other countries, and we should be helping them because nobody else will. These animals can't always defend themselves, so it is our job. No animal deserves to be mistreated, so we should be helping the Humane Society stop this mistreatment. Hopefully you now have a sense of what this amazing organization does and what they do. The Humane Society of the United States is a non-profit organization that endlessly works to stop cruelty against any and all animals. Now that you know what they do, how they do it, and why it is important, I hope you will consider aiding them in their fight to end animal harm by donating or volunteering. There is a countless number of animals that still get mistreated in the U.S. and other countries, and it is our responsibility to fight for their rights as they can't.